Okay, hello everyone. It's a pleasure for me to announce that Adrian is going to present his topic today. So, Adrian, please introduce yourself and your topic.
Okay, hello, my name is Adrian Pino. I am B1 level and I'm going to speak about on my interview. My topic is Ecuador generated electricity.
Okay?
I'm going to start introduction. Many people in Ecuador know about the electricity, but there is a minimal percentage that know how to form or how to generate. Today I'm going to explain the third main source to generate electricity in our country. In our country, generate the 90% is renewable source, and the other 10% is oil oil source. I'm going to start with the main source. Okay, the main source is the hydropower. The hydropower is the main source that we can generate electricity in our country. The reason is Ecuador have a lot of rivers, and Ecuador is considered the country with most river per square kilometer. We have a lot of rivers, and this is the reason because we have a lot of hydropower. How we can generate the electricity in our country or in the rivers. We can start with a dam. The water is accumulating in a dam, and we pass the water in a pipe, and this causes that the water obtain high velocity, and we can move a generator, and with this move we can obtain electricity. In other words, we translate the kinetic energy in electricity. The main hydropower in our country is Coca-Cola, Sinclair, and Paute. I'm going to speak about the other source of obtaining electricity in our country. Is the thermal power. The thermal power have the 10 percentage of electricity in our country, and this is you can answer how to generate electricity with this form. We need a silos with a lot of water, and we warm up the water until to obtain steam. With this steam, we pass on top the pipes, and we obtain a high velocity form of the generators and produce electricity. This isn't the best way to obtain electricity because we need to use oil, and this causes pollution, and this affects our environment. I not consider that this is the best way to obtain generate but when we don't enough water in the rivers, we need to use this form to obtain electricity in our country. The third form to obtain the third source to obtain electricity in our country is the solar and wind power. I'm going to speak about the first form. The first form is the wind. The main camp in our country is in Loja, and there are some camp in Galapagos Islands. We obtain electricity of the wind, when we move the helices, and we can obtain electricity in this form. And the last is the solar power. We can obtain electricity with the sun, and we can found the main camp of solar power in Loja also, but we can found in the countrysides in over the the greenhouse in the Amazonas and in Galapagos Islands. We have advantage with the other countries because we are in the middle of the world and we receive the sun rays perpendicularly and we can obtain more percentage of the suns. I think that this is the best way to obtain electricity in our country. And this is all. Thank you, bro.
Okay, Adrian, thank you so much for sharing your information. I'm going to start asking you a couple of questions, and the first is, what is the best way to produce energy without affecting the environment here in our country?
I would say in the last part of my speech, I think that the best way to obtain electricity is the solar because you don't need a big infrastructure, or you can only put the solar panel in over your house and you can obtain more easy than other farm because if you want to obtain a little power you need to building a dam, or if you want to obtain a thermal you need to have a big silos for obtaining electricity. And I think that the best way without affecting the environment is the sun power, the solar power.
Okay, thank you. Now, Adrian, are there difficulties in implementing renewable energy in our country?
No, Ecuador obtain the main source of electricity with the renewable with the 94 percentage. It's a good percentage comparing with the other countries.
Okay, so now why do you think that solar energy is not implemented throughout our country?
Because when we want to obtain solar energy in a big plant, we need a lot of space and we need to make a plan, and this is with the help of the government, and the government don't have any plans to building a big campus of solar energy.
Okay, so Adrian, what form of energy generation would you recommend to the authorities to apply here in our country?
This is a controversial question because when the science says that the best way to obtain electricity is the nuclear, but the problem is how, how to um, do with the radiation, the radiation. This is the
Okay,
problem.
so would you recommend that here in our country to apply it?
I do recommend because I think that there are many problems with the building of the hydropower, and if this is happen with the nuclear plants, could be happen the same problem with the Chernobyl in the last.
Okay. So, Adrian, if you were the president of the country, what regulations would you apply to improve energy saving?
I think that we need to put first our environment because we have a big biodiversity. Our country have a lot of biodiversity, and we need to save this. And we have a lot of things that they matter more than the money, and we need to care our environment. It's unique in the world now, and the tourists only visit for biodiversity or the plants or nature.
Okay, so Adrian, you mentioned something important. You said that Ecuador is a country with a lot of rivers. So, how would energy be generated in our country if rivers or bodies of water disappeared?
We can choose other alternative. One alternative is the thermal, and we can use more calm or wind power because in the mountains there are many parts who can put the cams of the wind power.
Okay, Now, Adrian, if you could choose a way to generate energy for your home, what would it be?
I use the solar energy because it's more easy to put in your house. You don't need a big space infrastructure. You can put only with a simple connection without electricity. You don't need an engineer, you don't need a big infrastructure. You can put in your house and you can generate your electricity, and this is a free pollution.
Okay, correct. So, Adrian, the last question that I have for you is why is it important to know about this topic?
The important is how to generate electricity. If you know how to generate, you can choose the best way to generate, because the main problem in the world is the pollution. Is when is the, for example, in Europe, using thermal power with a lot of carbon, and this is not good for the environment. And we need to reduce the pollution for our planet before the power war.
Okay, Adrian, thank you so much for your time. That is all.